Before looking at opioid analgesics in detail, let's first see how pain is transmitted. The nociceptors present in the various tissues such as skin and even internal organs, what happens is that they can be stimulated by any sort of stimulus, mechanical, thermal, or chemical, and thus pain is transmitted to the dorsal horn of the spinal cord and then to the cerebral cortex for perception. This brain transmission is mainly mediated by neurotransmitters that are substance P and glutamate. Now, remember that our own body also tries to cope with pain by producing endogenous substances. There are mainly three families of endogenous opioids that are produced that include endorphins, enkephalins, and dynorphins. The endogenous opioid system is one of the innate pain relieving systems. Now, these opioids act as neurotransmitters and neuromodulators at three major classes of receptors, termed as mu, kappa, and delta. Now, the mu receptor is mainly associated with analgesia, both on the spinal and supraspinal level, respiratory depression, dependence, sedation, euphoria, remember euphoria, meiosis, and decrease in GI motility. The kappa receptor has all these properties except euphoria because it causes dysphoria, that is opposite of euphoria, that is a state of unease or unhappiness. While the delta receptor has all these properties and in addition has a proconvulsant property as well. Apart from the endogenous opioid system for pain relief, we need analgesics from the external source for surgery or any sort of pain actually. Analgesics are drugs that will relieve the pain without significantly altering the consciousness. They will relieve the pain without affecting its cause. They can be opioids and non-opioids. The opioids are also known as narcotic analgesics, and they are derived from poppy plant, opium, and chiefly they will include morphine, codeine, and heroin, etc. While the non-opioids are NSAIDs, for example, and they have been discussed in another video. To discuss the mechanism of action of opioid analgesics, we'll see the site where they act and the mechanism by which they act. Their site of action can be the primary efferent pathways, the spinal cord pain transmission neurons, that is the ascending pathway, the pain modulating neurons in the midbrain and medulla, and can also modulate the reactivity of pain in basal ganglia, hypothalamus, limbic system, and the cerebral cortex. While the mechanism by which opioid analgesics work can be divided into GI coupled receptor activation, both presynaptic and postsynaptic, and also their effect on releasing the endogenous opioids that we just discussed. Presynaptically, what they will do is they will decrease calcium influx, and we know calcium is required to cause exocytosis of the neurotransmitter, and thus there will be decreased neurotransmitter release of nociceptor primary efferents, that is the neurotransmitters glutamate and substance P. While postsynaptically, they will increase potassium conductance, and thus there will be inhibitory post